Welcome back to Sparks. In the last lesson, we covered how to set up glitch.com, which is going to be where we program our website. In today's lesson, we are going to be covering what the heck actually makes up a website, and we're also going to dive into tags in HTML, which I will describe later. But I'm just going to jump the gun and start off by explaining what makes up a website. So, websites are pretty much made up of three different programming languages, and these are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, what exactly do each of these do? HTML is going to be your bare bones website. So what that means is if you can think of a website from the 1980s or the 1990s, they don't look necessarily the best, but they work completely fine as websites on their own. So the websites themselves consist of text, images, links to other websites, maybe even an embedded video. It's all on the website, and the website works completely fine. It just doesn't necessarily look the best or work optimally. This is pretty much what HTML is. HTML helps put the basic stuff on your website, so text and images and all that. CSS is basically how you design your website, so how you color your text, how you add a background, and how you can change the font, and so many more things that I am just not going to dive into right now. And JavaScript is the logic of your website. So think about if I were on a banking website and I were typing in my personal details, my first and last name, my credit card info. What JavaScript does is it stores that data or processes that data. So it stores your name, or maybe it processes if your credit card number is a valid credit card number. This is a very basic example of JavaScript. You should not worry about JavaScript right now. I'd more worry about HTML. But that's pretty much what makes up a website. So yeah, those are our three different programming languages. Now we are going to begin programming in HTML. But before we program in HTML, we basically need to learn tags, which is this one simple thing that basically is how you code in HTML. I know that might not make sense right now, but just wait and you'll see it. So how about let's go to glitch.com. This will also be linked in the description. And let's pull up a brand new website. So how do you pull up a brand new website? You go to the top right of your page, click on New Project, and click on Classic Website. If you do not see this classic website and maybe there's a pop-down bar, just click on Hello Web Page. Sometimes it takes a little bit to load, no worries. But now, once your website does load, you should see a screen like this. Welcome to Glitch. I am going to zoom in a little bit here on the website to make it easier to read. Now, on the left-hand side, you are going to want to click on index.html. And we are going to delete everything on this website. Just highlight it all and delete it. You don't need to see it right now. Because right now, we are going to cover tags. Tags are the backbone of HTML. It is how you code in HTML. And what a tag does is it essentially tells you where code related to an object starts and where code related to an object stops. That might not make sense right now, so let's give an example. So, an HTML tag would look something like this. You have a less than sign, and then you type in like the word, so because we have an HTML tag, we type in HTML. And then we have to end this tag with a greater than sign. So it's kind of like you have a little pill with the object or the word in the middle. And as you can see, when we finish this tag, this other tag came up down here. So let me explain it all. This entire thing is an HTML tag. This top part is where it opens. So this is basically where we tell the computer, this is where we are going to begin to talk about code related to this object, which is HTML in this case. And then this bottom part here, this bottom pill, this bottom tag, is called a closing tag. And you know this is a closing tag because there is a forward slash in front of the word. And this closing tag basically says this is where we're going to stop talking about code related to this object. So just as a quick review, this whole thing is an HTML tag, and this is where it opens, or where we start talking about code related to HTML in this case. And this is where the tag stops. So this is where we are going to stop referring to code related to HTML in this case. So basically, where do I put the code related to HTML? You put that in between where it opens and where it closes. So in the middle here, you'd probably put like code, 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 or something. And yeah, that's the premise of tags. So just to give another example, if I wanted to put a button tag, then I do the exact same thing, but I just use button instead. So I put my inequality sign, I type in button, and I put the other inequality sign, and it'll just close the tag for me, which is a very nice thing that Glitch does. And now, just as a quick review, we have our entire button tag, and we know where it opens, or where we start referring to code related to a button. And we know where it closes, or where we stop referring to code related to this button. And in the middle here, this is where the code is. So code, 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 code. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know to get a head start into HTML. So yeah, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video.